G'day, my name's Darryl Webb, and today we're going to have a look at the Infiray TS60. And of course the cocky has to be noisy right while I'm trying to talk. This is, I think it's 1280. It's 4 times the pixels as a 640 sensor, and it has a 60mm lens. So this is a substantial jump up from your traditional 640 scopes. This one I would describe as full HD. The other ones I would call them standard definition. So we'll just have a quick little look at this, and we're going to talk about its performance. I already did a video that shows the unboxing and its specs, so we won't go over all them. We'll just show some clips of this being used. I'll show you through the menus, and I'll give you a close-up look at it. Alright, let's do that now. Alrighty, I've just got my phone up to the back of this scope so you guys can see some of the menus and some of the screen. You see at the top there it's got time, then it's got like the aperture mode, it's in auto at the moment. You got the clear mode, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi. Down the bottom that's for if you're running like HDMI out or something like that. Then it's in the center of the bottom screen, it's profile A 100 meters, and there's the base mag at 2. So obviously if you wind that up you'll see it 3, 4, 5. Right. Now if I get the main dial, a quick short press, you'll see it goes to its quick menu. So you've sort of got what profile you're on for what sighting distance. For instance, if you've got 100 meter, 200 meter, 300 meter, zeros, you can quickly change them there like that. You've also got some of your other basic features there like sharpness and contrast and reticle color and reticle type. Let's now, you can see you can change them quite easy. Now I'll go into a long press and we'll look at some of that stuff in there. I'll go back up the top. What have we got here? Ultra clear mode. That's what that name of that little eye symbol is. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth. I think that's video out. Or recoil activated video. There you go. That's something I haven't used before. Motion sensor, laser calibration, ballistic calculation. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm going to parameter settings, see what that sort of looks like. I did have a quick look at this the other day. Yeah, so it's very similar to what you put in most of your other, like in your apps and things like that give you a ballistic calculation. It's got the profile is G1 or G7, bullet weight, muzzle velocity, scope height above the bore, zero range, the basics. Yeah, so I haven't been able to try the ballistic calculator, but it's one of those things. If you put good info in, you usually get good info out. And I've used them on other devices. I haven't used them on the Infiray ones yet. I don't actually have the laser rangefinder yet. If I get my hands on it, I'll do a video on setting that up and seeing how it works. I'm sure it'll work fine. Then you go to the next page. You got your zeroing profiles, reset zero distance, calibration, standby, pixel defect correction, compass calibration, some more settings. And that's it. It's pretty much the same when you want to zero them. You can just change your different firearms, whatnot, and you do the one-shot zero. That works. I've used that to sight this in, and it has worked good. I did a video on that with the TH50 version 2. It's pretty much identical to do so. But that's sort of what the screen and the menus look like. Okay, just let me start by saying this is obviously not attached to a firearm. This is on a tripod. No firearms here at all. Okay, so we're looking at that house in the center. That is at 550 meters roughly, I believe, maybe 540 or something from last memory from this spot. There's kangaroos there. They're ranging out from about 250 pretty much all the way to only 500 meters there. So this is at base mag, which on the TS60 is 2 times. So now what I'll do is, just let you look at that. Quite good. Now I'll bring that up to 3 times. Not too bad. I'll bring that up to 4 times. Yep. And I'll bring this up now. I typically will sort of go max about 7 normally. So I want you just letting you see that there. This is at 7 times zoom. And then we'll take it up more to the extreme end, which is about probably about 14. And this TS60 also, you can go up to 16 times zoom. Pros and cons. Well, look, as far as cons go, I couldn't really find too much with it. I think I'm just blown away with the resolution this thing gives, so I couldn't really find anything that I genuinely disliked. There was a couple of clips when I was filming them, and that I had a little bit of hissing in the audio, like a little high-pitched squealing. Now, that's happened to me in the past with some Infiray products, and it's usually got to do with my phone, and I got the Wi-Fi on. With this one, I didn't have the Wi-Fi on, and the squealing sort of come and went. And I think I worked out what it was, is when I've got the phone in my chest pocket, and I've got the scope up close, I think it was just my phone, because once I sort of moved the phone further away, or had it right out my pocket or down in my leg pocket, I didn't get that noise. So if any of the clips you're seeing where I'm using the audio, you hear a little buzzing, I think it's just my phone. If you keep your phone away, that's it. But I guess that could happen to anything, so it's not really much of a con. Anyway, pros. This new mount, absolutely love this new mount. It's very easy to adjust, and it clicks on like that, nice and easy. You can adjust it to get a nice tension where you don't feel like you're going to break anything. It just clips on nicely, locks it, and I imagine it will give very good return to zero, being a one-piece rail over two-piece mounts. Another pro is it's got an 18650. Now, a lot of the other devices use an 18500 or a proprietary battery. This one's got two 18650s built into it, and then the additional, you can just keep on changing them. If they go flat and 18650 on the side. 650 just gives you, I think about 18500 typically. A good one's about 2000 milliamp hour. A good 18650 is about 3500 milliamp hour, so substantial more power to go in each change, so it won't go flat quite as fast. Although saying that, this does use a fair bit of battery. With that big sensor and big thermal lens, it's a little bit battery hungry, but you would still have no problems getting through a whole night with a couple of batteries and the inbuilt one. Other pros, the image, this has that 2500 and something by 2500 and something round screen in the eyepiece. It's fantastic. It makes other sensors like the 640 sensors and that actually look better than what they are by looking through this eyepiece. And with this scope, because it's got that extra detail, there's more pixels, as you zoom in, you actually get more details as you zoom in, where traditionally with a 640 sensor, I didn't find winding in actually didn't give me any more details. It just made the target bigger, so you could probably more choose where your crosshairs are going to be on the animal. With this, it is actually worth using zoom, because there is enough pixels in the sensor to justify that big, that fantastic big eyepiece. That's a big pro. Another pro that I really liked about it, when you film through these and you record the image actually in the scope, what you're doing. So if you make content, or you want to show your friends or something on YouTube, I find the image typically on just about all my Infiray devices, it's probably only 60 to 75% as good as what I see through the eyepiece. I'm not sure why it is like that, but the recorded image is never anywhere near as good as what it looks through the eyepiece. That is still true on this one, but it's a lot closer. The recorded images out of this look really good in comparison to a 640 sensor. So I don't know if it's just more pixels. It still obviously looks better for the screen, but I'm going to say it's only maybe 15 to 20% loss in image quality between looking through the screen and looking at the recorded image. So that's definitely a big pro. I love this little winder for in the dark. It just makes it nice and easy to get your hand around. You've got something to grab, and that's nice too, because even without it, this one's quite nice to focus. It's not too stiff. It's a bit lighter than some of the other devices I've used, but it's still stiff enough I don't think you'll accidentally bump it. It's got that nice big 60mm lens. That's a step up over most of your 50s. So yeah, there's a fair bit going on extra compared to other models I've used, and it definitely shows when you're using it is in the image quality and detection range. Also performance in the field. Now I did stick this on a 223. I was going to put it on my 17 HMR, but I had some comments that were like, no, this thing deserves a 223. And I was like, okay, that's fair enough. I'll stick it on the 223. I had no trouble zeroing it or anything like that. I didn't actually film that because if you guys have watched any of my videos before, I actually did a video on how to sight in on with the TH60 with the version 2. So I'll put a link in that in the description. You can check that out because to set it up is pretty much identical. You can do it in a one-shot thing. I normally do a 3-shot group. So I'll bore sight it, move the crosshairs where I want them. It's pretty simple. You don't have to bore sight it. I did it at 50 meters. I fired 3 shots. I had a little grip down there, and then pretty much what you do is you go into the zeroing profile, and you just move the crosshairs to where the bullets hit. It leaves behind a little white dot where the crosshair started. So you put the little white dot where you were aiming, and then you put move the crosshairs with the X and Y axis to where the bullets actually hit, and then that's it. Save it, and it's done. It's zeroed. Now, typically I do that at 50 meters. I'll go back to 100 meters, and it normally works out pretty close, but I'll just refine it at 100 meters. And what I'll do is I'll just put the crosshairs about 1 inch low at 100 meters for a 223, and then I've got my standard aim at something you're an inch high at 100 and you're like an inch low at 200. That seems to be the way I like to set that in. Now, I like to say I went out and blew away a heap of foxes and everything like that. I was actually trying for foxes that night, just in a local place. The numbers are getting down a bit now. I'm not seeing that many. And that night I didn't see any. But what I found myself doing was, there was lots of hares and rabbits and that to look at. I was so enjoying this thermal and just the extra detail that's in it. I found I didn't actually shoot anything. So yeah, I set it up, sighted it in, and then didn't actually shoot a single animal with it. I've got this, I think, for another 2 days, so I might try doing a sneaky little shoot tomorrow night. So if you end up with some footage in this video, it's from tomorrow night. But besides that, you didn't really need to shoot anything. It zeroed really well, and I don't imagine, I'm going to miss the animals with it because the detail's great. So yeah, but that's looking through that footage. It just looks fantastic. I guess that's pros and cons. Should you buy this guy? So we'll just do a bit of a conclusion. Should you buy it? If you can afford it, 100%. I'm lucky enough because of this YouTube channel. I've got to try lots of different thermal devices, and some stand out as good jump ups and usability. This one I found everything was sort of nice. The menu system is still that typical layout. It's nice. It's a good menu system. You can find your way through it quite clearly. The zoom wheel's nice. It's quiet, so it's actually made for hunting. If you're getting in close to foxes and something like that, you don't be making loud clicks. Everything's quiet and easily accessible. The buttons and everything, they got a little tactile feel, little click, not too loud. It won't be enough to annoy animals if they're close. And the diopter is very stiff on this one, which I like because sometimes they're too loose and they move. Should you buy it? If you can afford it, yes. I do recommend it over a 640 sensor devices. It is a jump up in the technologies come along, but it is pricey. But if you can justify it, I would say get it, just because of the extra step up in image quality and a little bit extra thermal power. That's it. That's my conclusion. If I can afford one of these, I will have one. But it's going to be the same for you guys. If you're going to justify the expense, I would say get it. If not, you won't be that just happy with a 640 sensor either. It's been the industry high-end standard for a long time, and it still probably is. But this is a new benchmark. This is what I see in the coming future. Everything's going to change to this type of sensor. I'll tell you what it would do. 2 times base mag and that 1280 resolution. If they put something like this into a scanner, oh, it'd be the best scanner ever. I would absolutely love to see these specs in a scanner. Oh, that'd be good. 2 times base mag, but then with a stupidly high resolution and detection range. I would like to see that. All right, I guess that's it. That's my conclusion, my pros and cons. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more stuff like this, hit the subscribe button, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.